Some women light up a room the moment they walk in. Others, the light only returns when they leave. Not every smile is genuine. Not every hand you hold is meant to hold yours back. Life is too short to waste on people who drain your energy, twist your peace, or leave you doubting yourself, especially when they hide behind beauty, charm, or flawless manners. This isn't about bitterness or blame. It's about clarity. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." I would add, it also depends on the company you keep. If you let chaos into your circle, you pay the price with your peace. Seneca warned, associate with people who are likely to improve you. Yet too many men stay blind, convincing themselves that loyalty will fix what is broken. Maybe you've seen it. A friend with a woman who seems perfect on the surface. Attractive, charismatic, polite in public. But behind closed doors, she leaves him anxious, second-guessing, slowly losing the calm he once had. That's why today we'll uncover the signs of a destructive partner, traits you must not ignore if you value your peace. Wisdom is not only about what we gain in life, but also what we walk away from. The first sign of a destructive partner is this: she always plays the victim. No matter the story, an old friend, a former job, or past relationships, she is always the one who was betrayed, mistreated, or misunderstood. At first, it may sound convincing. She speaks with passion, painting vivid pictures of unfairness. You might even feel protective, believing she only needs someone to treat her right. But the pattern never changes. Every person in her past was toxic, every job ended unfairly, every relationship ended with her as the wounded one. Over time, you realize it's not about past wounds, it's about control. She rewrites every situation to protect her image, refusing to take responsibility. If you stay close, you become trapped in her story, cast as either the rescuer or the villain. Marcus Aurelius reminded us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. But a woman who clings to victimhood refuses that power. Instead, she demands that others carry the weight of her emotions. I once knew a man who entered such a relationship. At first, he admired her honesty, but months later, the stories never ended. He lived in constant tension, praised when he reassured her, condemned when he disagreed. His peace slowly vanished. The lesson is clear. Compassion is not the same as rescue. Seneca wrote, "He suffers more than necessary, who suffers before it is necessary. Do not suffer by carrying wounds someone refuses to heal. Set boundaries. Offer kindness, but stay grounded. And if her story never changes, step away, not in anger, but in wisdom." The second sign of a destructive partner is her addiction to drama. For her, peace feels boring, stability feels empty. If life is calm, she creates conflict to feel alive again. It starts small. Maybe you didn't reply fast enough or you seemed distracted. Suddenly, a quiet evening becomes an argument. Hours later, you're drained while she feels energized. Why? Because chaos keeps her in control. As long as emotions swirl, she holds the spotlight. Seneca warned, "An angry man opens his mouth and shuts his eyes." A woman addicted to drama doesn't seek truth or resolution. She seeks stimulation. Harmony is not her goal. Emotional upheaval is. And if you're near, you become part of her play. I once saw a man live this cycle. Every week, a new crisis erupted. He thought he was helping, calming her storms. In reality, he was just another actor in her drama, slowly losing his own peace. He became reactive, anxious, always waiting for the next explosion. Epictetus reminded us, we cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond. The answer is distance, emotional first, physical if needed. Do not fight the storm. Let it crash without you. Observe but refuse to participate. A Stoic man guards his inner stillness. You are not required to be an actor in someone else's chaos. Your role is to remain steady, calm, and free. The third sign of a destructive partner is subtle but powerful. She controls through guilt. Guilt weighs on the heart like a stone, and some women know exactly how to use it. At first, it seems harmless. She grows quiet when you choose work over a date, or sighs when you take time for yourself. She never says it directly, but her silence whispers, "I thought I mattered more." You adjust your life to avoid disappointing her, each time surrendering a little more of yourself. Soon your choices are no longer guided by reason, but by fear of her disappointment. Her moods become the strings and you the puppet. You explain your actions more than you live them. Freedom slowly slips away. Epictetus warned, "No man is free who is not master of himself." When guilt drives your life, you've surrendered your freedom. You are no longer acting from values, but reacting to her disapproval. I once knew a man who canceled trip after trip because his partner always made him feel selfish for wanting time with his friends. He thought sacrifice meant love, but what he lost was his independence and his peace. The solution is not anger or argument, but boundaries. Offer what you choose freely, not out of fear. Seneca said, "He who is brave is free." Stand firm in your values and guilt loses its power. A man who knows himself cannot be controlled by silent punishment. The fourth sign of a destructive partner is her lack of empathy. Life will test us all, through loss, sickness, or hardship. In those moments, we discover who truly stands beside us. A woman without empathy won't meet you there. She may nod as you speak, but her heart is elsewhere. You share your struggles, and she quickly shifts the focus back to herself. You realize you are lonelier with her than you are alone. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one," and I would add, waste no time hoping someone will become what they are not. Empathy cannot be forced. It is either present or absent, and when it's absent, you feel it in your bones. I knew a man who lost his wife and later began dating again. At first, the new woman seemed supportive, but when his grief deepened, she grew restless. She could not sit with silence or share his sorrow. Her presence only magnified his pain until he realized solitude gave him more comfort than her company. Stoicism teaches us to accept reality, not illusions. If she cannot walk with you through storms, she will not stand when the winds grow stronger. Seneca reminded us, "A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials." In trials, empathy is the bond that holds love. Without it, there is no partnership, only distance. The wise choice is not to demand more, but to step away with clarity. Peace comes not from forcing others to care, but from choosing relationships where compassion flows naturally. The fifth sign of a destructive partner is her obsession with superficial things. She measures life by appearances, status, wealth, and approval, rather than by character or virtue. At first it seems harmless. What's wrong with enjoying nice things? But for her, possessions are not just comforts. They are proof of worth. Her sense of value rises and falls with how she compares to others. No matter what you give, it is never enough, because someone else always has more. Epictetus taught, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." A woman who craves endlessly is trapped in emptiness. Like pouring water into a broken jar, nothing ever fills her. And if you walk beside her, you too are dragged into that endless chase. I once knew a man who earned a solid living, but his partner constantly pushed for more. A bigger house, a flashier car, the next upgrade. Though he provided well, she never felt satisfied. Instead of peace, he found himself competing in a race with no finish line. Marcus Aurelius called such externals things indifferent. They add nothing to our true value. Seneca warned, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor." And indeed, the poorest partner is the one who cannot recognize real worth beyond appearances. The lesson is simple. Guard your dignity and peace. If she values image over substance, you will lose yourself trying to keep up. Wisdom means walking away from a shallow life and choosing instead a relationship built on virtue, not vanity. The sixth sign of a destructive partner is her refusal to admit she's wrong. Even when the truth is obvious, she twists the story until she appears right. If the facts don't support her, she shifts the focus, accusing you of making her feel attacked or blaming your tone instead of the issue. At first, you may dismiss it as pride, but over time, you see the pattern. She cannot take responsibility. To her, admitting fault means weakness, and weakness is unacceptable. This fragile sense of self destroys trust and prevents growth. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If anyone can refute me, show me I'm making a mistake, I'll gladly change. It's the truth I'm after." That is wisdom, the humility to value truth over ego. But a woman who refuses correction sacrifices connection. The relationship becomes less about partnership and more about competition. I once knew a man who tried reasoning with his partner during small disagreements. No matter how gently he spoke, she never acknowledged her part. He carried the burden of being the reasonable one, while she clung to being right. Eventually, he realized he was arguing with pride, not with a person willing to grow. Seneca said, "Only time can heal what reason cannot." But in a relationship where reason is never allowed, time only makes the wounds deeper. If she cannot say, "I was wrong," she closes the door to growth, humility, and even love itself. The wise path is to choose differently. Seek a partner who sees mistakes as opportunities, not threats. Because without humility, there is no partnership, only a battle where no one truly wins. The seventh sign of a destructive partner is her disregard for your time. Time is life's most precious currency. You can regain money or health, but never lost hours. A woman who wastes your time does more than inconvenience you. She steals part of your life. At first, it looks small. She's late by 20 minutes, cancels plans last minute, or forgets commitments. You excuse it, telling yourself life gets busy. But soon you find yourself waiting at restaurants, at home, even in your own heart. Her carelessness becomes routine, and you begin to live around her inconsistency. I once knew a man, disciplined and successful, yet constantly left waiting by his partner. He canceled trips, delayed work, and missed time with friends, only to be disappointed again and again. One day he admitted, "I feel like I'm always waiting." That is the slow death of wasted time. Seneca warned, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." And Marcus Aurelius asked, "How much more time will you waste before you demand the best for yourself?" If she does not value your time, she does not value you. Respect for time is respect for life. The solution is clarity. Do not beg for punctuality or fight over broken promises. Instead, guard your time fiercely. Choose relationships where your minutes are treated as sacred, because they are. Spend your life where it is honored, not wasted. We've uncovered the signs of a destructive partner, traits that drain peace, cloud judgment, and steal time. The Stoics remind us that wisdom is not only about what we gain, but also about what we walk away from. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts, and the company you keep shapes those thoughts." If someone pulls you into chaos again and again, stepping back is not cruelty, it is wisdom. Epictetus asked, "How long are you going to wait before you demand the best for yourself?" The answer must be, not one more day. Your time, energy, and peace are too precious to waste on those who cannot honor them. I encourage you to reflect on your own journey. Have you faced these signs? Have you walked away with clarity? Share your story, your victories, even your struggles. As Seneca said, "While we teach, we learn." By sharing, you strengthen not only yourself, but also others walking the same path. Guard your peace. Protect your time. Live with clarity and courage. And remember, the life of wisdom begins not in changing others, but in mastering yourself.